The Video Assistant Referee, or VAR system, was introduced in football to help referees make more informed decisions. However, disputed calls continue, sparking arguments and analyses among fans and specialists. In today's episode, we'll look at some of the most contentious judgments in football history, from contested goals to disputed penalties, and shed light on the moments that have ignited controversy and debate in the beautiful game. 10 instances discussed here are just a fraction of the many contentious occasions in football history, reminding us of the human element involved in refereeing and the need for fair play and integrity in the sport. As technology and officiating standards advance, it is hoped that such conflicts would fade, enabling the focus to shift to the beautiful game itself. First, Raheem Sterling's alleged dive in England's Euro 2020 semi-final versus Denmark resulted in a penalty, which helped England advance to the final. Despite VAR's presence, the referee's decision stayed, generating criticism over its impartiality. Sterling drove into the Danish penalty area in the opening half of extra time and was brought down by Joachim Mæhle with minimal contact. The referee awarded England a penalty, which Harry Kane converted after Kasper Schmeichel stopped his initial shot. Despite the fact that VAR was available, the penalty decision was upheld, prompting criticism and controversy about Sterling's behavior. Another well-known instance that highlighted the use of technology in football was Frank Lampard's ghost goal during England's 2010 World Cup match against Germany. Lampard's strike clearly crossed the goal line after hitting the crossbar, but the referee did not award it. This episode, viewed by millions worldwide, underlined the importance of goal line technology, which was later installed to prevent such mishaps. Such controversial judgments have a tremendous impact on match outcomes and can occasionally overshadow players' efforts. While VAR and goal line technology have helped to limit errors, disputes still exist in the game. Football's governing organizations are still looking for ways to improve officiating, while also maintaining the sport's integrity. Next, moving on to the Robert Heuser scandal, which is a clear case of match fixing in football. The German referee took a $46,000 bribe and a television to fix a German cup match between Paderborn and Hamburg. Despite Paderborn being 2 goals behind, Heuser awarded 2 controversial penalties against Hamburg and sent out one of their players, securing Paderborn's triumph. However, Heuser's acts were not unnoticed, and he was found guilty of corruption and sentenced to 2 years and 5 months in prison. The incident shook the football world, prompting widespread calls for reforms in refereeing and match-fixing prevention. Another contentious event occurred in the AFCON 2000 final between Nigeria and Cameroon. The match was played in the national stadium in Lagos, Nigeria, and concluded 2-2 after extra time, forcing a penalty shootout. Victor Ikpeba's successful penalty for Nigeria was wrongfully ruled out by referee Murad Dami, costing Nigeria 4-3 on penalties and igniting riots in Lagos. During the game, Nigerian player Victor Ikpeba took a penalty kick that clearly crossed the goal line after hitting the underside of the crossbar. However, Tunisian referee Murad Dayami did not award the goal and declared it a miss. Nigeria's choice proved costly as they lost the penalty shootout 4-3, handing Cameroon the AFCON title. The contentious call sparked considerable indignation and protests, particularly among Nigerian fans who were upset by the judgment. VAR was used extensively in the UEFA Champions League 2019 quarter-final match between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester City. Fernando Llorenti's goal for Spurs, which put them ahead, sparked controversy because City players claimed he handled the ball. Despite protests, the goal remained. In extra time, Raheem Sterling thought he had scored the winning goal for City, but VAR ruled it out for offside. Tottenham advanced, eventually reaching the final. The decision to disallow Sterling's goal ignited heated debate, with many questioning the accuracy of VAR technology and the interpretation of the offside rule. Despite the controversy, Tottenham advanced to the semi-finals, where they lost to Liverpool in the final. The encounter between Tottenham and Manchester City will be remembered for its drama, controversy, and the razor-thin margins that often decide top-tier football contests. Next, in the 1978 World Cup group stage encounter between Brazil and Sweden, referee Clive Thomas made a contentious call. He gave Brazil a corner kick in the waning seconds of the game, but blew the final whistle right after the ball was kicked into the area. Zico scored from a corner kick, but the goal was disallowed owing to the premature whistle, and the game ended 1-1. During the last seconds of the game, Thomas gave Brazil a corner kick. As the corner was taken, the ball looked to cross the goal line before being cleared by a Swedish defender. However, immediately as the ball crossed the line, Thomas blew the final whistle, signifying the end of the game. This judgment was extremely controversial because it denied Brazil a possibly decisive goal. The match finished in a 1-1 draw, sparking concerns regarding the use of technology in football to prevent similar blunders in the future. In a critical World Cup qualifying match in 2009, France faced Ireland, trailed by a goal in extra time, and on the risk of missing out on the 2010 World Cup after reaching the final the previous season. Thierry Henry had a disputed involvement in the game's outcome when, in the 102nd minute, he stopped the ball from going out for an Ireland goal kick with his left hand before assisting William Gallas, who scored. Despite the obvious handball, the referee allowed the goal to stand, denying Ireland a spot in the World Cup and igniting widespread outrage. Another significant disputed judgment came during the 2009 UEFA Champions League, involving referee Tom Ovrybo and Chelsea. Chelsea fans still blame Ovrybo for denying them a berth in the UCL final. The encounter was marked by contentious rulings, including denied penalties and unnecessary bookings, prompting accusations of bias against Ovrybo. In a hotly contested match, Ovrybo turned down many penalty calls from Chelsea, which the team and its fans claimed were unambiguous fouls. The most contentious moment occurred when Ovrybo denied 4 strong penalty appeals by Chelsea players, including handballs and fouls in the box. Barcelona eventually scored a late equalizer, ensuring their place in the final based on away goals. The match is famous for Ovrybo's rulings, which many believe benefited Barcelona and denied Chelsea a just victory. Next, it is that Stefan Kiesling's goal for Bayer Leverkusen versus Hoffenheim was particularly notable for its unusual nature, as the ball entered the net via a hole in the side netting. Despite Hoffenheim players' objections, the goal was allowed to stand because the referee and his assistants missed the ball going through the hole. The event spurred debate about the use of goal line technology in football to avoid such issues. The incident surrounding Stefan Kiesling's goal demonstrated the limitations of depending exclusively on match officials' observations and called into doubt the efficacy of goal line technology. It also sparked debate about the value of fair play and the need for precise decision-making in sports. The argument over Kiesling's goal serves as a reminder of the sport's unpredictable character and the issues that officials face in maintaining the game's integrity. Finally, Diego Maradona's Hand of God goal in the 1986 World Cup versus England remains one of the most contentious goals in football history. Maradona scored the first goal of the quarter-final match using his head and hand, which he subsequently described as a little with Maradona's head and a little with God's hand. Argentina won the game 2-1, with Maradona hitting another goal, often recognized as the goal of the century, which helped his team win the tournament. Despite the debate, Maradona's brilliance and influence on the game are undeniable. He was a one-of-a-kind talent, capable of changing the course of a game with his own brilliance. The 1986 World Cup was a showcase for his abilities, and the Hand of God goal, as contentious as it was, remains an indelible part of football history. In the realm of football, contentious judgments are frequently scrutinized and debated. These moments, whether they include disputed goals, penalties, or referee decisions, have the potential to alter the course of a game and leave an indelible impression on players, fans, and the sport as a whole. Despite technological developments aimed at eliminating errors, football continues to be fraught with controversy, contributing to its attraction and unpredictability. From Thierry Henry's infamous handball assist to Diego Maradona's Hand of God goal, these occurrences have entered football legend, prompting conversations and debates among fans all over the world. While some decisions are simple and uncontroversial, others continue to spark passionate controversy, illustrating the subjective nature of football officiating. As the game evolves, we may expect more contentious decisions that will both excite and irritate players. However, it is these moments that make football so intriguing, as they remind us that controversy, like in life, is frequently a necessary part of the game. If you enjoyed this video, please show your appreciation by liking it and subscribing to our channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to enable notifications so you never miss an upload. Thank you for viewing, and we'll see you in the future video.